playoffs kind of changed things up tactically. We're still a little bit more defense, still attacking. No goals conceded in run of play. There was a corner kick goal against New York. You guys win the final kind of on that style of play. What do you guys have to do this year at this moment in time to kind of find that type of mentality? Is it tactical or is it just more mental?
I think it's more than anything a mentality. It's you look at 11, 10 1v1 battles all over the field, and you got to win 7 or 8 of those to win the game, I think. And that's not necessarily tactics, but it's just going out and beating the guy in front of you. I think that from Yankee Stadium on last year, we really focused on that, defended as a team, and won those battles, and it carried us through. Our talent in the attack, we're always able to do what they always did. So mainly because of behind them, they had the foundation of the guys winning those battles, creating opportunities for them to go forward. And we have to do that again this year. I think it started before the New England game. I think we've spoken about it, but as that clock's ticking down, that's the clock of your life. You gotta get it all done within that time frame, and that heightens the awareness.
And then Miles is questionable. He may play, he may not. I remember last year we spoke after the championship. Like you were a focal point of the defense going into the championship, where you played in the back three, you played all over the field, really. I know that you're ready if you have to go, but have you thought about that, the opportunity or the possibility of having to play maybe in the back in a more established role?
Yeah, I've thought about it. I think that Frank understands what I can do, and if that's where I'm at, then that's where I'm at, and that's about helping the team. I think that I'm not going to go out there and win the game by scoring a couple goals. I'm going to win the game by helping the guys around me. So whether it's in the midfield, in the back, from the sidelines, I'm going to do what I can.
Miles out, or anyway, he is out. I think I saw one of your quotes from earlier this year. You said that he allows the team to press forward because he can be free safety in the back to really eliminate counterattacks behind himself. Does that change how the team has to play without him as a safety net back there? Do you have to be more pragmatic?
I think you have to be more pragmatic in general because of what I just said about the playoffs. Even in the first 15 minutes of the game against New England, there's a tight offsides. There's a chance where they have a 1v1 and Brad makes a save, and there's a chance where they score a goal. And that's what Miles on the field. So, the reliance on a guy like him is something that I feel goes out the window because you have 90 minutes and one mistake leads to a goal, you can lose 1-0. So you have to defend as a team. You have to defend as if you don't have somebody back there sweeping things up, even if he's there. If he's there, great, because then he can do that job when he's called upon to do that in space. But you have to defend as a group and get behind the ball.
Can you talk about what the vibe is like in training this week, both on the field and then just the general mentality? Does it feel different this week with it being a playoff game on the horizon?
Yeah, with the 2 weeks, it's kind of a hurry up and wait situation where you're really. I played with a guy who said it's kind of like shaking a soda can. You shake it a little bit, and then you finally pop it. And that's kind of how you want your mind to be when you're getting ready for these games. And we've been shaking that can for 2 weeks now, so everyone's really waiting to get out there because we want to attack the game. I think playing the same team twice creates more of a pressure cooker because you feel like you're doing it all over again, kind of going back in time, and you've got to beat them again. But the mentality, I think, is good. I think that the team looks sharp and we're ready to go.
Do you feel like you have a little bit of an edge or a little bit of added confidence just knowing you've been through all this before last year? New England probably doesn't have as much experience in this kind of a situation.
Yeah, I threw 2017 in there as well because it was a one-off game at home in the playoffs, and it was marginal, but we were the higher seed, obviously, since we were at home. But it's 90 minutes, you got to get it done. Sometimes it can go to 120 like you did that night, but you got to get it done. You got to get it done in one game.
Would you get a sense that this can is ready to explode?
To be honest, I'd say today was one of our better training sessions. I think the group as a whole looked sharp, and that's an encouraging thing because out of nowhere something can happen where you need somebody. And I think that top to bottom, everyone's ready to go. And it always feels different when we walk out on the field in Mercedes-Benz, but when the training sessions are good here, we can carry that through.
I have to ask a question for my absent comrade Doug. His car broke down, but he was wondering.
Where he was.
Yeah, he didn't. He wanted to be here.
Spirit.
I want to know if there was an adjustment you all made the last time you played New England around halftime. I guess especially for the tracking the midfielders and I guess limiting their runs behind.
Yeah, they're tricky. I mean, there's times when in the first half when if you look at it on paper, it's maybe a 4-2-3-1, but when the ball is rolling and they have it, it can look like a 4-2-4. And Bo will press up. He'll find the half spaces in between you and the defenders, me as a midfielder in our back line, and then Carlos Gil does the same thing on the other side where we have 4 pressing up high, and if we have 3 in the back and 2 wide outside backs pressing forward, then there's space for 4 guys against 3. So the adjustment is to make sure we know where those guys are in the half space, whether it's Gil or Bo or any of the guys that are dropping off. If it's Mania, but it's mainly those 2. So the awareness of where those guys are.
It seemed like last year there was a bit more, I don't know if urgency is the right word in the playoffs, but with Tata, he was on his way out that had been made public at that point. It kind of felt like it needed to happen now. And then this year, you guys have had a lot of success already, winning Campeones Cup, winning US Open Cup. How does it feel different this year, if it does feel different at all going into the playoffs?
I think that the time period between winning that cup, having a break, going through that stretch, which almost felt like the playoffs where you're playing so many games in August, and running up to a cup, bouncing back from that was difficult. But I think that, and I think the results kind of showed, but I think we're refocused now. I think that we've gotten beyond that, got over the hump, so to speak, and now we're ready to roll into this next chapter.
Back to back. And against Bruce Arena, that type of manager, how can you prepare for a team and a good manager who you figure is probably going to be changing things?
Well, I felt last game like they were coming in with nothing to lose, really. It was almost like, I don't know, you go into a boxing match knowing you can't get knocked out, you might as well just throw some haymakers and see what happens. And I'm sure they're thinking that, they see the stats if we go down that we're not very great at coming back, so they wanted to put the pressure on us at the beginning of the game. I don't think they're going to change much. I think that they are, they came from a place so far back this year that they're kind of playing with house money and they're going to play free, and I think that creates those situations on the field where maybe one of their attackers doesn't track, and that creates an opening if the ball turns over, and that's when they're really good in wide open spaces. So I think that for us, we have to be aware of those things. You talk about the pressure of last year. Like this is kind of a mini pressure situation where you can play them twice. You've really got to take care of those tiny situations on the field.
Jeff, there are only like a handful of players in MLS that really like body and club that are huge difference makers. Joseph is one of those players. You look at the numbers and he's scored 29 of the 58 goals this year. Do you think, or is it dangerous for a club to depend a little bit too much on a player like Joseph? If he's not on, who's on? Who scores?
I don't think that we walk on the field and say, well, Joseph really better score today because we've got no one else that can score. It's just a guy that can score. He plays in the position where he's going to be in the box, serving it, because that's where the goal is, and he's the guy. So we don't walk on the field depending on him. He just has the ability to do it. Obviously, the connection between him and Julian has been pretty outstanding for the second half of the year, and I think Julian depends on Joseph being on the end of these things. But as a group, you see over the past, I'd say, 3 or 4 months, we've got Emerson scoring goals, Darlington involved in the attack, Justin as well, Marco Huffy, Eddie Huffy. I mean, there's plenty of people that can produce the goal. And look, if guys are worried about Joseph, we've got plenty of guys that, if they're not worrying about them, they can score. So the numbers are remarkable. thing about guys like Joseph is they make it look easy, so you think that they're just going to do it all the time. But that's his thing. He's done incredibly well, and I agree he embodies the club.
Do you expect teams coming off a 2-week break to be a little sluggish and slow in the beginning, and how do you prevent that going against a 90-minute game?
Well, if you're sluggish going to the playoffs, then you're in trouble. So, I wouldn't expect that. Like I said, I think we're pretty sharp today, and when we step out on the field, it always feels a little different in Mercedes-Benz. So, I'm not counting on that, but from what I've seen, I think we're going to be okay.
You mentioned Emerson. What has he brought to the team this year? He has scored some goals in some big games, and he's really stepped in kind of immediately and helped the attack, helped the midfield. What do you see him from?
Well, he's done it really quietly. He's not a guy who takes over the game. He's not a guy that you hear, or he's taking 10 shots, or you think he's very vocal. He's a quiet guy, but that also is kind of, I don't know, symbolic of how he plays a little bit. He'll find those little spaces where you're not thinking about him, you don't know he's there, and then he turns and finds somebody who's in an attacking position. I think that he's done really well. He is a bit like Darlington in that he's not a front half of the field player. He's not really a back half of the field. He's really in between, and I think he has linked up our team really well and done a good job there. Continues to do those things, and one thing from him especially is I think he's strong late in games. Late in games when we have a lead or there's more openings, he seems to get stronger and better. And in that position when teams are pressing forward and he's off the back shoulder, it's a valuable thing to have, and I think he's done really well.
Say one more.
Jeff, you mentioned I'm going to say pop music.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Midwest one.
The analogies, yeah.
It's from India.
Yeah, we saw that. So is the energy that's building up, that's ready to pop, is that coming from the players? Is it like a club thing? Where is that coming from? Where is the personality, perhaps, of like the coaching staff play into that type of situation?
Well, we know the arena we're walking into, and that's really it. I mean, you can feel it because everything you read is the playoffs, and everybody knows it and everybody feels it. And having the experience of last year and knowing where we are in terms of home games, I mean, walking into the situation on Saturday is creating that tension and that it's positive tension, but the tension that we're going to walk into. So